Atomfall. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. A nuclear disaster has left an area of Britain in tatters. Atomfall, a new survival action game, will see you explore, scavenge, craft, barter, and fight your way through beautifully recreated scenery in search of answers. First up, guys, here's the graphical options. The game looks great. It ran fine for me on my 2080 GTX. I had it, 1080p, 60 frames a second, but it went way over 60 frames a second when I allowed it to. It ran great. It's very well optimized, this game. So even if you have an older rig, you'll still be able to get it running, and it still looks really nice. This game's set in the Lake District, Cumbria, in England. And it's based off an actual event that happened in the 50s. This, I think it was wind-scale reactor problem. And essentially what's happened in this version of the game, it's gone for a more sci-fi element. The army have moved in, they've walled off this entire village, and that's your central hub, and that village leads to other areas of the open world. There's also big underground areas, lots of bunkers and things like that. And you have to, you start off in one of these bunkers, you wake up, you know nothing, you bump into a guy who gives you a rough idea of what's going on, but you still don't know. He's just telling you you've got to get to the truth and find out the truth. And it becomes a huge, big mystery, an investigation. You don't get quest markers as such, and you don't really get quests as such. You get rumours, little pieces of paper that you find, and you've got to put together what's gone on by talking to villagers who are expertly voiced in local accents, and most of them are bang on. There's a few little bits that are not quite right, but the vast majority are spot on. Some of the best voice acting I've ever heard in a game. Absolutely phenomenal.
All I can concern myself with right now is keeping this quiet. I must decide what to do about this before any soldier wanders in. I would suggest you let all this lie too. The matter is best left to the village to handle.
The writing's very good as well. The story is intriguing. It gets you you want to know what's going on. But the way you have to find things out is the best. It's all, in fact, everything about this game points to one thing: exploration. Non-hand-holdy exploration, set in an absolutely stunningly beautiful world that runs great. So there's two huge things that I love, because they equal immersion. This game oozes immersion. I mean, literally, I've never had so much fun exploring in a game for years as I am in. I mean, apart from Kingdom Come Deliverance, that's another great exploring game, and so is Atomfall. It's its best quality. It's its top quality exploration. A lot of the other things the game does, it doesn't do very well, but what it absolutely nails is the exploration. It's fantastic. You'll be talking to somebody in the shop, and they'll get a bit too gossipy and give you a couple of clues about what a rumour they heard in a certain area. You'll find that certain area by looking at map coordinates on your map and finding that, putting a little waypoint on that you think is going to be round about where it is. Then you have to make your way there, and on the way there you'll come across the most beautiful scenery, wrecked buildings, old battered out cars, loads of stuff to explore. Nothing glows when you get into these buildings. You'll walk into a room and you'll just look and you'll just see an ordinary room with lots of junk everywhere. But as you get really close up, then you'll just notice the glint of something. And it's great. You'll find like a shotgun cartridge for your rusty shotgun. And one cartridge is like, great, that's an extra shot. It's everything's limited. You're massively limited by your ammunition. There's plenty of guns lying around, but not much ammo to go with them. And the guns are in a shit state, although you can craft them into better weapons if you have all the materials. But essentially you're scavenging, surviving and scavenging around the place, crafting yourself bandages out of cloth and alcohol and stuff like that. It's just got so much immersion in it, this game. I absolutely love the world and love the exploration. Now, the world is full of bad bastards, outlaws, some monsters, and general factions of people that all want to kill you. Well, not really want to kill you, because the thing is this: when you see an enemy, it's instant. There's none of this, and it's made by Rebellion. These are the people who made Sniper Elite. Is that somebody there? Oh, yes, it is. As the marker fills in, you've seen these things. Well, in here, it's instant. The second they see you, as it would be in real life. And one of the negative comments on Steam, one of the thumb down reviews, is it has the worst stealth ever because the enemy see you straight away. There's no meter that fills in. And I just thought, my goodness, Make of that whatever you will, but my goodness. It's all instant. But get this, guys, if you back off, because what they'll say is they'll say, I see you there, we don't want any trouble now. We don't want any trouble. And if you back off, they'll kind of leave you alone. If you keep coming at them, the marker will turn from white to yellow. And then they might say, you know, we'll wreck you if you come any closer. If you keep going closer, it'll go to red and then they'll be on you. I love that. It's very human. And this is the thing, again, coming back to the immersion, people act like humans in this. For example, if you shoot them in the head, that's it, they go down. There's no bullet sponge bollocks where you can shoot somebody 4 or 5 times in the face and they're still coming at you. That doesn't happen in this. An arrow to the face, that's it, you're done.
I don't know you. Let's just take a minute and cool down. There's no need for violence. Get yourself gone. Bloody hell.
The only thing that kind of lets it down in that aspect is the melee combat. You can end up getting stun locked. I was going around with a cricket bat because it's England, you know, and I thought that's a good weapon. And then I realised that's not the England of 2025, so I switched that to a machete. In the combat, you can get stun locked because there's some of them, if they punch you, you kind of get dazed for a split second, but then if they punch you straight away again, you're dazed again and they just stun lock you to death, which is a bit shit. There's no dodge or roll out the way, so you end up just having a spamming competition. You can walk backwards, and that kind of works a lot, but you can get overwhelmed like that, so you still have to be a bit on your toes with it. The gunplay was alright. The bow and arrow is easily my favourite weapon. It's fantastic. I really do enjoy that. Now, there's a perk system in this. It's very minuscule, and I had a look through all the perks, and none of them appeal to me whatsoever. Maybe it's the extra AoE on Molotovs or hand grenades, but generally speaking, they're just pretty poor perks. I would have, if I'd been Rebellion, I'd have just not had a perk tree. I don't think this game needs a perk tree. I mean, the crafting's pretty basic and bare bones, and I quite like that. It's not an intricate crafting system. Alcoholic cloth will make a bandage. That kind of stuff. You can make a first aid kit. You can, you know, make your guns a bit better. I like all that, but you can make stupid potions that give you better melee attack for a certain time, and that's all shit. I wouldn't have had any of that. I would have kept that all. I would have just concentrated more on the exploration aspect, the AI, the combat, and less on stuff that tries to make it like some of the other action adventures out there. I think one of the things I really like about Atomfall is it's not like the other games. A lot of people compare it to Stalker and Fallout, and I can see why, I guess, but it's not as good as Stalker, it being Stalker, and it's not as good as Fallout, it being Fallout. But it's something different to them, and I'm not saying this game is better than Stalker and Fallout, but in what it does, it's really, really top of the tree at it. It's really good, and that's an exploration survival game. It's fantastic at that. Just putting together all the clues and trying to find your next target of where you're going to, having to sneak around the place, watching for roaming gangs. You hear them whistling or talking as they're walking. It's just really atmospheric. Underground as well is particularly immersive. You just kind of don't know what's really going on, but you can hear shit happening, and it puts you on edge, and I love that. You've got a very limited inventory. You can only carry 4 weapons, which again I like. It's very realistic in that aspect. You can carry a few other items in there, and quite a bit of crafting materials, but there is like a world chest, this pneumatic kind of capsule that's only available you can only find these in bunkers. You can put stuff in there. It'll hold like 100 items, and whichever one of these you can access all your items, which is really neat. There's no fast travel in this game. You have to walk through all the areas, which again I love, because it's such a beautiful world. Why would you want to fast travel in a world that looks as good as this? So it's really good. You backtrack, and enemies do respawn, but it's quite a long timer. So there's constant sneaking around, which I like. It's just a shame that they have that stupid grass in that Rebellion seem to love, where the grass is 6 inches high and you can kneel in it and no f***er can see you. Absolute garbage. Get rid of that. It's shit. It really is shit. Who thinks that's a good... Well, it's balls. Why don't we just have a system where, hide behind a rock, and then when the person you're sneaking up on isn't looking, move forward and hide behind something else that's near him like that. And the enemy don't just stand there like idiots waiting to be taken down from stealth. They kind of are constantly turning around and looking around, acting very normal. And I like that, because when you play AAA games, generally they just stand there like pricks, waiting for you to come up and stab them in the back. Not in this, they don't, which I love. Now, I'm only like 6 hours in. This is more of an impressions video. I only got access to the game today, this morning. I was supposed to get in last night, and I would have done an extra 4 hours last night, but my mother went over on an angle and I had to take her into the hospital, and we were in there for hours, so I missed all of last night. So I've only had today to actually do it. But in that time, I've had an absolute blast. Yes, I don't like the AI. Yes, I don't like the stealth bullshit in the 6-inch grass, which is crap. I'm not a massive fan of the perk system, but other than that, the characters feel alive, they feel human. The combat isn't bad in the sense that there's no bullet sponges. The world looks fantastic, and the exploration and lack of hand-holding is a breath of fresh air. It really is. So there you go, guys. I'm going to thumb this up because I'm really enjoying the game and I'm going to keep playing it. I'll probably stream it as well because it is a really fun game to play. But like I say, it's had its faults. Don't come in here expecting Stalker or Fallout, because you're not going to get it. This is different. But if you love exploration in a world like this and you don't mind a few niggly bits, you can grab it. Oh, speaking of grabbing it, I just found out before this video, because I checked, on Green Man Gaming, you can grab this for 35 quid, the standard base edition, which is the only one worth really getting, I think. Links in the description to that one. You'll also be helping the channel out. So if this is what you're after, 35 quid, guys. Definitely worth a buy.